Hello, Gary. I have not seen you since we finished school 6 months ago.
I know, Curtis. It has been way too long. How are you?
At the minute I am not too good. I was at the box last night and it was a very messy night. I have been sick all morning. Why have I not seen you out in Belfast yet this semester?
I have had way too much university work and just have not had the time.
What course is it you were doing again?
Actuarial science and risk management. It is very hard.
I have never heard of that course before.
I get that a lot when I tell people what course I am doing.
It cannot be that hard to prevent you from going out. Take for example me. I have not done a full week yet at uni and I passed all my first semester exams.
That would be impossible to do for my course. If I missed just one single class, I would not understand the next class as everything is mostly linked together.
Really?
Yes, really.
Give me an example then.
Okay. Take for example what we learned today. How retrospective and prospective methods equal each other. If I had not went to class last week, I would not even know the retrospective and prospective methods, never mind how they equal each other.
Explain to me how they equal each other then. It can't be that hard. I bet it is not as hard as some of the topics I am learning about.
First of all, I will need to explain to you retrospective and prospective then. They are methods used to calculate the outstanding balance on a loan.
That sounds very easy. Is it not just a matter of adding and subtracting a few numbers?
I wish it was that easy. We need to do calculations which have annuities in them, which makes it become a lot more complicated.
So what is the difference between retrospective and prospective then?
Prospective loan calculation involves looking forward at the remaining cash flows and calculating the present value of those remaining cash flows, while retrospective loan calculation involves looking backwards and calculating the accumulated value of past cash flows.
Okay, I can see why you are saying it's very hard now. It's starting to sound very complicated. So why do they equally cover?
Have you got a piece of paper and pen? Because it is so much more easier to understand if you can see it in front of you.
Sorry, I don't even.
Luckily for you, I do. Here you go. Okay, write the letters L, X, I, F, and B. L stands for the amount outstanding immediately after the repayment. X is the repayment amount. I is the effective rate of interest. F is the capital repaid and B is the interest repaid. I will now look at the prospective formula first. Consider the loan transaction at time n. After the final installment, the loan is paid off, so Xn must exactly cover the capital and interest that remains outstanding after the installment paid at time n minus 1. Write this down. Bn equals ILN minus 1, Fn equals Ln minus 1, so that Xn equals ILN 1 plus Ln 1. By repeating this for subsequent values of L, we get the formula LT equals xt1v plus xt2v to the power of 2, xt3v to the power of 3, and so on.
This is very confusing.
Yes, I know. I will now move on to the retrospective calculation. At time t equal 1, the interest due is B1 equals IL0, so the capital repaid is F1 equals X1 minus IL0, leaving a loan outstanding of L1 equals L0, open brackets 1 plus R close brackets, minus X1. Continuing this process, we end up with LT equals L0 open brackets 1 plus R close brackets, to the power of T, minus X1 open brackets, 1 plus I close brackets to the power of T minus 1, plus X2 open brackets 1 plus R close brackets, to the power of T minus 2.
Gary, I now understand why you think your course is very hard and you can't miss any class.
I will now explain the last part. Having calculated the loan outstanding at any time t using either the retrospective or prospective methods, you can now calculate the interest and capital elements. Given that the loan outstanding at time t-1 is LT-1, the interest element of the given the payment at time t is ILT-1. The capital element of the repayment is then given by the remaining part of the payment xt, that is xt minus ilt minus 1.
Wow, that is very confusing. I do not understand that one bit.
I am not surprised. I would not expect someone to understand the theory behind the equality that quickly, especially since you don't study actuarial science.
My head is very sore now from all this thinking. I am going to go to the union now and have a drink. Do you want to join me?
Sorry, but I am going to go to the library.
No problem. It was nice seeing you again after so long. Talk to you soon.
Bye.